The World Cup trophy you've watched 100 times isn't real. Not the original, anyway. The real one has been missing for over 50 years, and nobody knows for certain if it still exists. Every trophy lived since 1974. Every celebration. Every captain kissing that gold cup under the confetti. All of it, a replacement. The actual World Cup trophy vanished decades ago, and its disappearance is still one of football's strangest unsolved mysteries. So what happened to the real one? Let's go back to where this actually begins. In 1930, FIFA President Jules Rimet helped launch the very first World Cup in Uruguay. The trophy created for that tournament wasn't gold. It was gold-plated sterling silver, standing just 35 centimeters tall, resting on a base of lapis lazuli. It was originally called Victory. French sculptor Abel Lafleur designed it to depict Nike, the Greek goddess of triumph, holding a small chalice above her head. It was elegant. It was small. And it was about to have one of the strangest journeys of any object in sports history. During the Second World War, the trophy was sitting in Italy, since Italy had won the two tournaments before the war paused the competition entirely. Here's a detail almost nobody knows. An Italian vice president of FIFA named Ottorino Barassi secretly removed the trophy from a bank vault in Rome. He didn't trust it would survive occupation, so he hid it in a shoebox under his own bed for years. While Nazi forces occupied the city around him, the trophy survived the war in a showbox. After the war, the competition resumed, and in 1946 the trophy was formally renamed in Jules Rimet's honor. Then in 1966, months before England hosted the tournament, the trophy was stolen again, this time from a public exhibition in London. A ransom letter arrived. An exchange was arranged with undercover police. It fell apart. The trophy seemed gone for good. Then a barge worker named David Corbett took his dog for a walk in South London. The dog, a black and white collie named Pickles, sniffed out a package wrapped in newspaper, sitting beneath a garden hedge. Inside was the missing World Cup trophy. Pickles became a genuine national celebrity. He appeared on newspaper front pages. He was formally honored by the Football Association. A dog saved the World Cup. You'd think that would be the strangest chapter in this trophy story. It's not even the last one. FIFA had a rule from the very beginning. Whichever nation won the World Cup 3 times would keep the original trophy forever. Brazil won in 1958. They won again in 1962. Then in 1970, led by Pelé, they won a 3rd time in Mexico. Brazil claimed the Jules Rimet trophy permanently, exactly as the rule promised. It was shipped to Rio de Janeiro and placed on display at the Brazilian Football Confederation's headquarters, sealed behind a bulletproof glass cabinet. For over a decade, it sat there. A genuine national treasure. Then, on the night of December 19, 1983, thieves broke into the building. They overpowered the night watchman. They forced open the wooden back of the display cabinet with a crowbar. And they walked out with the real Jules Rimet trophy. This time, there was no Pickles. No hedge. No happy ending. Investigators eventually identified and convicted several men connected to the theft, including a banker who orchestrated the plan. But the trophy itself was never recovered. Most experts believe it was melted down for its gold content and sold off in pieces, though some researchers have questioned whether the trophy actually contained enough pure gold to make that theory fully add up. Either way, the original object Pelé once lifted above his head at the Azteca Stadium simply vanished from the earth. Here's the twist that changes how you should think about every World Cup final you've ever watched. Because Brazil had already won the trophy outright in 1970, FIFA had been forced to commission a completely new prize for the tournaments that followed. That new trophy debuted in 1974, designed by Italian sculptor Silvio Gazzaniga, depicting 2 human figures holding the globe aloft. It's made of 18-karat gold, with a base of malachite. It stands taller and heavier than the original ever was. This is the trophy you actually recognize. The one lifted by every champion since West Germany in 1974. Not the Jules Rimet trophy. Not the one connected to Pelé, or Pickles, or a showbox hidden from the Nazis. And here's the detail that surprises people most. Even today's champions don't get to keep this one either. FIFA changed the rule permanently after the 1983 theft. The real trophy now belongs to FIFA at all times, stored at the FIFA World Football Museum in Zurich, brought out only for the tournament draw and the final matches. Winning nations receive a separate gold-plated replica to actually keep. Only a small handful of people in the world are ever allowed to touch the genuine original, heads of state, senior FIFA officials, and former champions. So when Argentina lifted the trophy in 2022, or when the next champion lifts it later this summer, they're touching an object with a completely different history than most fans assume. A history built on a wartime hiding place, a heroic dog, and one unsolved disappearance that's never been fully explained. The World Cup trophy you know isn't the original. It never had the chance to be. The real one disappeared into Rio de Janeiro's underworld more than 4 decades ago, and whatever happened to that small silver-gilt goddess of victory, nobody has ever found the answer. Next time a captain kisses that gold cup under the confetti, remember what's actually underneath the surface. Not history unbroken. History replaced. And somewhere out there, quite possibly melted into gold bars nobody can trace, the real trophy the World Cup started with is still missing.